Hello, welcome back to Marvel Solar Farm. Apologies for not posting any videos recently, but we've just been busy and trying to keep up with things. Just to bring you up to date, we've extracted all the honey, we've taken the supers off, so all that's left is brood boxes at this moment, and they've had their apistand strips put in because we're treating for varroa mite. And soon as those treatments are done, then any honey that's still in the supers will be put back on the hives for the bees, and we will monitor and feed accordingly. So anyway, there's not a great deal to do this time of year, but for the sake of a video, and we'll do a general inspection and play it by ear. Okay then, let's get the smoker going and get into the hives. Okay, well, as you may be able to see here, they have used all that fondant, so there's a hell of a lot of bees in here being concentrated into these two brood boxes. So at the end we're going to change that over. So they're just building that honeycomb out. There's nothing going on in those. Again, just check the other side, and exactly the same there. So these were brand new frames, so they're just still building those out. That on there. Again, these were the broken ones, so they're just repairing those. And they'll probably fill that in now, this time of year, with worker size cells. If it was earlier in the year, they would probably have done it with drone size cells. So, but anyway, general health of the bees. I can't see any deformed wing virus, so they all look quite happy, and actually they're quite calm on the comb at the moment, so that bodes well. So nice and gentle if we can. Again, I can see nectar going in the middle of here, so not much else. So as I said, there's a dearth at the moment. There's not much coming in. Just keeping the eyes open for the queen, even though she shouldn't be around here. They're quite contrary, so they're usually where you don't expect them. But as you can see how gentle these bees are, which surprises me. I thought they would be a lot worse than this. Again, that's all just nectar going in, which is good. It means there is something coming in, and it's keeping them busy. And obviously we'll give them a feed. I haven't brought any with me today, but I will make some up and bring it from the next visit. very nice weather at the moment. It's been a rubbish summer. That's all brood. Been wet and cold, but it's nice and sunny at the moment and about 23 degrees, so very pleasant. Again, keeping the eye open for the queen. As I said, there's brood up here, so she's obviously been here. But I would personally expect to see her in the lower brood box. Again, this brood, hopefully by this time of year they should be starting to create their winter bees. Can't see much going on here. Can't actually see eggs in this one, but as I said, I'd expect her to be down below. Oh, there she is. Talk of the devil, there's the queen, if you can see her with the yellow dot. So I know she's nice and healthy. Okay, to be honest, all we need to do is make sure she's in there and she's okay, so I can shut that one up. That's all we needed to see. Bees out the way. Right, looking at Hive 2, as you can see they've still got probably 50% of the fondant left, and so let's just go in, have a general inspection of the bees and see if we can find this elusive queen. We know she's in there because they're expanding in size. Get out the way, wasp, because you won't want to go in there, wasp. Again, have a look on the underside, see if we can see her. Now obviously she's unmarked, so I might completely go through this frame out of this hive and see if we can find her. See, that wasp is trying to get in and it won't be long. There you go, before it comes out again. When you come across, I don't know, 30,000 bees, you tend to turn around and go the other way. Right, and all this is new foundation which they're working on to build up. Nothing on there. Right, now this is the Island Road swarm that we're looking at. So this is why the queen's unmarked. The only time I've seen that was on the video, and I didn't see her at the time. Again, there's some nectar going in there. And obviously by next year, next spring, they would have repaired these, and there's some honey on that side. this has got some weight, so I've got stores there and stores. Let's put that there, make sure they're on securely, don't want that dropping down. I would expect this top box to be completely full of stores. These are about the right size colony, so that there's sufficient bees, but they're not so many that they just run right through their stores, which is what's happened with Hive 1. There's just too many bees for this time of year. Now that is solid, so I got plenty of stores there. I'm expecting all this to be solid stores up here, and the brood that to be downs below. Right, what I'm going to do, because you just never know, I'm going to have all this stuff ready on hand. That can go on here. Okay, let's just adjust this from here. That's all brood, so we know there's a queen in here. We can just never find her. There's drone brood along the bottom, which is what you would expect. Now, if you can see this, I'll point it out. This is a sign of the varroa. You can see where that bee there obviously is very poorly and has got no wings. That is deformed wing virus. I'll try and highlight that on the video. Afraid there's nothing we can do. Put it out of its misery too. And again, that is probably just the varroa mite overload, which we've put the apistand strips in, so we're trying to reduce the mite count. Okay, so again, look on this side. Overall, not too bad. And here's again nice calm bees, they're not flying up in my face, so it's very surprising, because as I said, there's a dearth, so it should make them that bit more defensive. So yeah, I can see another bee with deformed wing virus. So again, we've already started the treatment, so it's usually brought on by varroa overload. If we get the varroa mite level down, and that should help the situation. So now obviously the bees that have got deformed wing won't survive, so they would actually be taken out of the hive, and obviously that would take the virus with it. Now what happens with the mite, it doesn't actually cause the deformed wing virus, but where it attacks the bee and sucks its juices out, it weakens the bee, so that even, and where the mite is in with the larvae as well, that they're born with it, they haven't got any resistance. They're just sort of like totally drained of sort of like energy and ability to fight these diseases. So even though they're not the reason why they've got it, mites in the hive obviously make the situation a lot worse. Right, well, I can see all the eggs, so if I get my other camera and I'll try and film that for you. So there's still drones about. And I'll see if I can get this in focus and see if you can see eggs. There we go, hopefully you can see that. Right, so we know the queen has been here in the last few days. Again, we know they got plenty of stores. There's just a queen cup, which is them practicing. It's a bit late in the day to be practicing, but there's nothing in that, it's empty. So I'm making a real drastic effort to try and find this queen. But that frame is got stores around the outside and full of eggs in the middle. So if I wasn't actually searching for the queen, because I know she's in there, we could call that a day, but I do want this queen found and marked if possible. So again, we look round in a spiral and we start at the outside edges and work in. And where they're usually at the edge, what happens is they dart to the other side before you get a chance to spot them. Now, where she's a new queen, she'll be very shy. As they get older, they kind of get used to you going through, and it's sort of like what you saw with the first one. It's, I don't care, you know. So, but when they're quite young, they're quite agile, and they're off the side of the frame before you know it. So anyway, I'm not expecting to find them on these ones because these are now just stores. So this top box is pretty much all stores. Again, this weighs a ton, so they still got plenty of honey for the winter, and there's sufficient bees to ward off the wasps. Right, okay. Success. We've found the queen and we've marked her, and now we're going to put her back. So there she goes, back down into the hive. Right, let's go to hive 3 now. The battery's still just hanging on, so but it wasn't filming, so I filmed a bit on the phone where we caught the queen and we marked her and clipped her. So also, just while we're here, as you can see, the wasp traps have caught quite a few. So that's all full of wasps. Good thing is they are just wasps. There's no Asian hornets in there. We've all got to be vigilant because they are established in the country now. Though there haven't been any sightings on the Isle of Wight, there have been sightings and nests in Hampshire. So anyway, just while you got a bit of battery life, there's hive 3. As you can see, there's the nuke. That wooden nuke is empty, and this is Glenn's hive, so that's his hive 1. So they're all queen right and very busy. So okay, this one is just going to be a general inspection, same as before. If the camera runs out, if I see anything worth filming, I shall do so on my phone, and I will edit it accordingly. Again, as you can tell, this is another big hive. What can I say? This queen in here is the daughter of the queen that's in hive 1. So we've got big plans for these ones, as in when we take splits, we'll be using the genetics of the queen from hives 1 and 3. And obviously it will be open mated, so it will be the drones, whatever's in the area, and obviously the drones from all these hives. So you can see in there lots of lovely bees. Again, lots of bees. These haven't been smoked, which is it, as I say, they're being very well behaved today. Let's get some of these down. Again, very quick inspection. We know the queen's marked and everything in this one. Don't expect her to be on top here, but always check. So again, all we want is evidence. So if we see eggs, that's all we need to see. Alright, that's all nectar. A bit squished in the middle, as in they're all a bit misshapen.